संसार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है।
दिव्य गुणों से महका महका, दिव्य गुणों से महका महका, बाबा का संसार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। दिव्य गुणों से महका महका। तुम हो राजा इस तन के, बात कही है निराली। स्वर्णिम युग अब आ रहा, कहे सुबह की लाली। तुम हो राजा इस तन के, बात कही है निराली। स्वर्णिम युग अब आ रहा, कहे सुबह की लाली। प्रसन्नता के फूल खिलेंगे, प्रसन्नता के फूल खिलेंगे, कहे रूहानी माली, ये कहे रूहानी माली। कदम कदम पर पाई हमने, कदम कदम पर पाई हमने, मस्ती भरी बहार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। दिव्य गुणों से महका महका।
बाबा के वरदानी बोल, देते सबको सहारा। बाबा का ये संग बनाए, जीवन प्यारा प्यारा। बाबा के वरदानी बोल, देते सबको सहारा। बाबा का ये संग बनाए, जीवन प्यारा प्यारा। ज्ञान का है खुला खजाना, ज्ञान का है खुला खजाना। ले लो चाहे सारा, ले लो चाहे सारा। जो भी पकड़े उसका दामन, जो भी पकड़े उसका दामन, हो जाता वो पार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। दिव्य गुणों से महका महका, दिव्य गुणों से महका महका, बाबा का संसार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर, सुखों का भंडार है।
दिव्य गुणों से महका महका, दिव्य गुणों से महका महका, बाबा का संसार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर सुखों का भंडार है। बाबा मेरा प्यार का सागर सुखों का भंडार है। दिव्य गुणों से महका महका।
Om Shanti. Baba says in today's Murli that you have to become 100% full of all virtues. This is the time where the study is given for us to imbibe all the values. We are performing a great task of making ourselves divine as well as helping others become the same. Baba says to the extent you imbibe the divine values or virtues, you will be able to get rid of all the weaknesses automatically and gradually. And Baba says there is a similarity in the festivals we celebrate in the Brahmin life and the people who celebrate in the worldly life. Baba says they plant saplings of thorns and they call it a tree planting ceremony, whereas we plant the sapling of changing human beings into deities. Let's listen to the Murli. Today's date is 12/9/2023. The essence of Murli. Sweet children, you have to become 100% full of all virtues. Look in the mirror of your heart and see to what extent you have become pure. Question: which festival do you children celebrate every day, and which festival do people of the world celebrate every day? There is a difference of day and night in the celebration ways. Answer: every day you celebrate the festival of establishing the deity religion, that is, of making Bharat into heaven. Every day you have to plant the sapling of changing human beings into deities. Those people plant saplings of thorns into the forest and call it a tree planting ceremony. You celebrate the festival of changing thorns into flowers every day. No one else can celebrate the festival in the same way as you do. Baba comes during the confluence age and teaches us this, the way to celebrate the festivals. A song, see your face in the mirror of your heart. The account in which how much accumulation of charity is there and how many sins have been burnt away. Until and unless we check ourselves at the end of the day, it's impossible for us to even transform ourselves. Om Shanti, who said this? Here, it's the personal meeting of the father and children. Each of you children has now received a divine eye, a third eye of knowledge, with which you can see, because all souls are impure and sinful. The Father gives Srimad to make impure ones pure. We have got this third eye of knowledge to see ourselves and to recognize the God and to understand the world cycle. And when we understand the knowledge through this third eye, we become the Trikaldarshis as well as the Trinetris. You have to understand who is that who is giving Srimad. He is the one who speaks to you souls. Souls know whether they have performed good or bad actions through their bodies. Every one of us also realize the true account. Baba is now giving you children this understanding. It's definite that all of you were impure. You can now see to what extent you have become pure and how many divine virtues have you imbibed. The one who inspires you to imbibe divine virtues is the Father, the ocean of all virtues. He sits here and explains to you. Baba makes us get that intoxication that you have to always remember who is in front of you and who is giving you the knowledge. People sing, we are without virtues. We have no virtues. Here Baba says that we children don't have any virtues now. At the same time, he also gives us the ambition of becoming 100% full of all virtues. When not even a single soul can be seen who is divine and who has 100% divine virtues, it is at that time the Father comes and makes us worthy. He says, look in the mirror of your heart. Only when you become full of virtues will you be able to marry Sri Lakshmi or Sri Narayan. First of all, you have to give the Father's introduction. He is the unlimited Father, and it is to Him that you sing. You are the mother and father. There is great praise of that Supreme Father. People say, salutations to Shiva. He is the creator of heaven. We definitely have the right to claim the inheritance from the Father. The inheritance from the unlimited Father is the sovereignty of the heaven which He gives to us. Bharat did have the sovereignty of heaven but doesn't have it now. It definitely did receive it from the Father. Bharat becomes the land of truth. No one knows that this is the birthplace of Shiv Baba, the truth. Shivratri is remembered. What night it is. Baba says that if the religion of all if the souls of all religions, if they realize that Bharat is the birthplace of the Shiv Baba, they would consider this land to be the greatest pilgrimage place. They show the night of the Sri Krishna and also the night of Shiva. Even it is said in the worldly life that the birth of the Sri Krishna also took place in the midnight. Sri Krishna took birth from his mother's womb. You would not say that there is Janmashtami for Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba comes when it is the night of Brahma, because Baba incarnates into this old world. He doesn't take the birth through mother's womb. That is why Janmashtami of Sri Krishna is celebrated, because he takes the birth through his mother's womb, whereas Shiv Baba doesn't take the birth in the similar way. Baba comes when it is the night of Brahma. After the night, the day comes, that is, it is the end of the Iron Age and the beginning of the Golden Age. This is called an extremely dark night. It's an unlimited aspect. There are limited nights, but the end of the Iron Age is called extreme darkness. It is when the Sadguru gives the ointment of knowledge. This is the time of extreme darkness and ignorance, where human beings are not even in a position to see the actual truth. For instance, even when it becomes extreme dark in the night, we are unable to see ourselves. So Baba says, in the same way, this is the time of the extreme darkness and ignorance, where souls are not even able to recognize themselves. So that is why it is said, when the sun of the knowledge appears, the darkness gets dispelled. The Sadguru, the Father, is called the Son of Knowledge. First of all, you have to give the introduction of the Father and the inheritance. For instance, when an emperor doesn't have a son, he would adopt the son of a poor person, and the children would know in his heart, the child would know in his heart that he used to be poor, and he has now become the son of an emperor. So Baba says, even you should have the intoxication and the happiness that you have been the adopted children of the Supreme Soul. You too know that you became very poor and poverty-stricken by belonging to Ravan. You now belong to the unlimited Father. You are receiving the inheritance of heaven from Him. You have to give this introduction very clearly and get them to put in writing that we are receiving the unlimited inheritance from our unlimited Father. Until and unless someone realizes this point, they'll not be able to move forward on the path of knowledge. No one else can give this knowledge except the ocean of knowledge. Sannyasis go away and leave their homes and families. They have become free from being called father or uncle, etc. Here, when they adopt the life of the renunciation, Baba says they'll be free from all kinds of relationships. So Baba says But it's a matter of the household path. They renounce the household path, but Baba explains to you children that you were the deities on the household path. The Father doesn't encourage you to renounce everything and go and lead a sannyasi life. He says you need to lead a life of dying alive while being in the families and while being in the old world. You were full of all the virtues and were viceless, and you were also the masters of the world. Then, from being worthy of worship, you became worshippers and also worshipped yourselves. When you are worthy of worship deities, you don't need to worship there. In the same way, in Bharat, there was the worthy of worship clan of deities. From being worthy of worship, you become worshippers. Now, once again, you children have to become worthy of worship deities from worshippers. Whereas on the path of devotion, you have given the title of deities to the Supreme Soul and vice versa. We tell that Shiv Baba doesn't become the worthy of worship or worshipper because the Father is always the worthy of worship because he is ever pure. On the path of devotion, the Brahmin priest places Shivlingam in a temple and they sit and worship the Father. And we are his children. We would say, O Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. He is incorporeal and souls are also incorporeal. When people go to Shiva, they say, O Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, incorporeal Shiva. The soul says this through these organs. You children now know that those who pass away after performing good actions are praised. You only know mother and father to that incorporeal one. Baba says, Baba has done such an elevated task of transforming thorns into flowers and of transforming human beings into deities, which no one else has done or can do. That is why the Father's praise is the highest. Baba says, when we say mother and father, this gets applied only to the incorporeal one. With your easy Raj Yoga and the teachings of this knowledge, we will have an abundance of knowledge and abundance of happiness. Baba says, when we become the children of the mother and father, we will receive that abundance of happiness and the prosperity. Baba says, children, don't ask me to have mercy on you children, because this doesn't get applied in a college or university to bless the children or students. You need to bless yourselves by studying very well. You are making effort for that. This is so easy. You are BKs, the children of the Prajapita Brahma, in a practical way. You are sitting personally in front of him. We will be able to be in front of the Supreme Soul only when he takes the costume of the Brahma Baba. You are personally in front of both Shiv Baba as well as Brahma Baba. Shiv Baba doesn't have a body of his own. You know that Shiv Baba is teaching you Raj Yoga with the mouth of this one. Sri Krishna is a small child. How could he say, forget your body and bodily relationships and consider yourself to be a soul? Sri Krishna cannot say this. Only the Father can say this. So this is the big mistake that they have made. Only the bodiless being can make others bodiless. So Baba says Sri Krishna is a bodily being and there is no chance of him saying to become bodiless and remember him. Everyone from the Lakshmi and Narayan to all the subjects received happiness. They were the ones who took 84 births and became Tamo Pradhan. The main ones are Lakshmi and Narayan. As are the king and queen, so are the subjects. You have now become Brahmins from Shudras. This is your leap birth. This leap birth is said to be a righteous birth. When someone adopts a child, it is said that he has adopted that child. So Baba says we are not supposed to perform any sin during this sleep birth. You know that this is your godly birth. Day by day, Baba continues to explain new points to you. You have to study for as long as you live till the end. Points will continue to emerge and will continue to be added. The sacrificial fire of knowledge has to continue to the end because the entire world has to be destroyed with the flames of this fire. When people create a sacrificial fire of Rudra, they create saligrams of clay and worship them. The souls are worshipped. You embodied souls have made Bharat into the crown on the head. Therefore, you souls are worshipped. You do service with the Supreme Soul, Supreme Father, and so together with the Shivlingam, they also create saligrams. So first of all, the main thing is to give Father's introduction. Shiv Baba took birth, but he doesn't take birth from the womb of a mother. He is incorporeal. We were not aware of anything, but when Baba has adopted us, he has made us the worthy of explaining the knowledge to others. So Baba says when we do the service with the Father in the confluence age, so it is we are worshipped during the copper age along with the Shivlingam. So first of all, the main thing is to give Father's introduction. Shiv Baba took birth, but he doesn't take birth from the womb of a mother. He is incorporeal. For instance, when someone sheds his body, they invoke that soul to eat special food made for the departed spirit. Therefore, they feed that soul. It is the soul that tastes the food. It is the soul that feels happiness or sorrow, or whether something is bitter or sweet. It is said in the worldly life that the souls are immune to the effect of actions. Baba says it is the soul which does actions through the body, and it is the soul which experiences the sorrow or happiness. Baba says sanskars are in each soul. A soul experiences happiness or sorrow when he is in a body. Baba has explained to you how punishment is received. It isn't a subtle body. You are made to adopt a physical body and then are punished. Punishment is experienced in the jail of a womb. That soul cries out in distress, "That's enough, let me be put out." There is the example of the palace of a womb. The soul didn't want to come out. That is just an example. In the golden age, each womb becomes a palace. There is no sin there. You now know that how you became impure. The very saying is as sinful as a charmel. Human beings are not even aware of how they became impure by coming under the influence of vices. The very saying is as sinful as a Jamil. He committed a lot of sin. Pure means viceless. The main thing is vice. Therefore, sannyasis leave their homes and families in order to become pure, and this is why they are called great souls. All human beings are impure, and this is why they continue to sing. Brahma, who belongs to Sita, is the purifier. King Rama is the one who belonged to Raghav, the elevated clown. The Rama of the Silver Age is pure, but he is not the purifier. So the title purifier applies to Shiv Baba only. Shiv Baba would not be called the King Rama. The Supreme Soul, the Supreme Father is called Rama, not King Rama. I don't become a king or an emperor. You become Sri Lakshmi, the empress, and Sri Narayan, the emperor. I don't become that. I am incorporeal beyond rebirth. All bodily beings continue to take rebirth. Baba says, I am incorporeal. Though I don't enter a womb, but I too definitely have to take the support of the matter. I enter this one. This one doesn't know about his own birth. The father sits here and explains, you are deities. So Baba sits here and explains you are deities, and then you become Shudras, and I have become Brahmans. Baba says, I explain this to you. You don't know about your own births. Only those who become Brahmans will come and understand. The father says you have completed 84 births in this way. It is said the inheritance of 21 generations. There will not be the word uncertain deaths in the golden age. Baba says the souls of the golden age will be able to experience the life to the complete extent. The unlimited Father would give you an inheritance of the unlimited happiness. You receive temporary happiness from the physical fathers. In the land of immortality, you have happiness from the beginning through the middle to the end. So in the golden age, as Baba said some time back, that in the same Murli he said that the womb of a mother will be like a palace in the golden age. The soul experiences happiness in the womb, and when the soul takes the birth, and there also the happiness is being experienced, and the soul also experiences the happiness at the time of shedding the body. So Baba says there is no trace or name of sorrow in the golden age, that is in the land of immortality. You see here, there is a sorrow from the beginning through the middle to the end. Shiv Baba, the land of immortality, Shiv Baba, the Lord of immortality, is telling you, Parvatis, the story of immortality. He is also the one who tells you the story of the true Narayan. This is the story of giving you a third eye of knowledge. The people of Bharat were constantly happy. They were very pure. They had the purity, health, and wealth. No one was ever ill there. We see people suffering from diseases in the Iron Age. The very name was heaven. The ancient Bharat was heaven. There were no other religions or lands there. The tree would definitely have a trunk. Who used to be the trunk? There, in fact, are the images of the deities. That was the foundation, but they didn't call themselves those who belong to the deity religion because the foundation is decayed. Because the same deities have become vicious, so they are not entitled to call themselves deities. Their kingdom is now being established. You can become a couple like a Radha and Krishna of the Golden Age. Come and we will explain to you how you can truly become princess in heaven. At this time all are impure. You can write this tactfully. Baba has taught us the method to make others voiceless. Baba said in yesterday's Murli that you write, put it in writing. What is the way to receive unlimited happiness from the Father? They say that all the religions should unite and become one, but how would that be possible? Just bring the image of the Kalpavruksha. You will see the variety branches and the variety branches there. So Baba says we need to make the consciousness of being one, that is the children of God. Because there was only one religion and the one system, so there was no possibility of getting into a conflict. So Baba says in the Golden Age there was just one religion and the one language and the one direction. There was not any conflict there. They were the masters of the world. There was no other religion. No one uses his intellect to find out how they became that and how other religions came into the existence. Baba has explained this very beautifully. Baba says, after the pure souls of other religions have come down from up above and they have become impure, it is then the purifier Father comes. First of all, the founders of religions come and then they ask others to come. Baba says the difference between the Supreme Soul and the founders of the religions is that the founders of the religions, they come down and they were very pure at the time of establishing the religion, and then they invite other souls from up above. Whereas the Supreme Soul, when he comes during the confluence age, Baba establishes the one kingdom and the one religion, and then he takes back all the souls with him. So Baba says every soul has to pass through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. Everyone who comes here has to become Tamo by passing through the Sato and the Rajo stages. However, you are becoming pure from impure. Everyone calls out, God the Father, come and take us to heaven. Some consider liberation to be heaven, and whereas others consider liberation in life to be heaven. Baba says, you understand that heaven is liberation in life. Your sapling is being planted. Those people are now planting saplings of thorns into the forest. There is a difference of day and night. They have ceremonies of that too. They have tree planting ceremonies. Every day you perform the ceremony of establishing the deity religion, that is of making Bharat into heaven. You make effort every day to change human beings into deities. It is your everyday festival to change thorns into flowers. Festivals are celebrated to have that zeal and enthusiasm in our lives. So I request every one of you to just check whether you are celebrating this festival of transforming human beings into deities or thorns into flowers. So do you contribute anything in this task? The master of the garden will definitely give you such a reward too. So we all have this experience that the time and the energy we spend in transforming others in becoming deities, to that extent the zeal and enthusiasm will also start increasing. The master of the garden becomes happy that the gardeners are taking care of this garden very well, and he gives the reward. Your children heard in the song, "Oh soul, look in the mirror of your heart. Have you become worthy of becoming a deity of heaven, that is, of marrying Lakshmi or Narayan? If you have some defects, then you will not become worthy of marrying. You don't have any defects, do you? Many storms will come. Maya doesn't leave anyone alone. She even extinguishes the big lamps. Wrong type of thoughts will attack you a great deal. You have to remain strong. There is no question of wilting in this path." The Father cautions you that you will get a lot of wrong type of thoughts. Baba says you have to remain very strong in that situation. You must not break your intellect's yoga away from the Father. That Father is everyone's boatman. This is a big channel of poison. You cross it with the power of yoga. You go across the ocean of poison and go to the ocean of milk. The kingdom of Vishnu is in ocean of milk. We hold the Father's hand and we cross this channel of poison. Baba says if we leave the Baba's hand, then we will lose our destination. The kingdom of Vishnu is in an ocean of milk, that is, the rivers of ghee flow there. This doesn't mean that there is the physical existence of the rivers of ghee there. Baba says there will be such an abundance there. Here, rivers of kerosene and blood flow. You children know that by following Shiv Baba's Srimad, you are going to Shivalaya, where you will remain constantly happy. You used to be constantly happy, and then Maya made you unhappy, whereas it is believed in the worldly life that it is the God who makes you happy and unhappy. Baba says Baba is the constant bestower of happiness, whereas it is the Maya who makes you unhappy. The household path has been made unrighteous. Baba says the household path is righteous actually in the golden age. The Father is now making you into the beings who belong to the elevated divine household path. First of all, the main thing is to give Father's introduction. By belonging to the Father, you can become the masters of heaven. This is a land of sorrow. You go to heaven via the land of liberation, and this is why you have to remember the land of Shiva and the land of Vishnu. By remembering them, your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. Remember that 84 births are now coming to an end. Then tomorrow we will go there and rule. This is a matter of a day. That is today and tomorrow. Continue to look at your faces in the mirror of your hearts. Do I have any defects in me? Baba has explained so much, that's why he says Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children also offer love and remembrance and say good morning, Namaste to the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The essence for Dharana. First point, go across the big channel of poison with the power of yoga. Do not wilt by having wrong thoughts, remain strong. Second point, in order to become worthy of worship, serve with the Father to make Bharat into crown. If you don't do service along with the Father in the confluence siege, then you will not be worshipped in the form of a saligram along with the Shivlingam on the path of devotion. Blessing, may you be tireless and remain double light while fulfilling your responsibilities as a trustee. When you consider yourselves as a trustee, then you give the responsibility to the Father. You will not be tireless. When you have the consciousness that I do this, then there is a feeling of being little heavy or the burden is felt. Those who fulfill the responsibility of service while fulfilling their worldly responsibilities receive double benefit. When you have double the responsibilities, you have double the attainment even. However, while having double the responsibility, in order to remain double light, look after your responsibilities while considering yourself to be a trustee, and you will not feel tired. Baba says you should not become heavy while fulfilling the responsibilities in the Laukik as well as in the Alaukik life. When the consciousness of this trustee is not there, then we start disturbing and fluctuating our state of mind. Those who consider their households and their families to be theirs experience those to be a burden. They are not yours, so what is the point in having the burden felt? Baba says that you have surrendered everything to the Father, so there is no way to experience the burden in this life. Slogan, stay constantly in front of the sun of knowledge. The shadow of your fortune will always remain with you. If you turn away from the sun of knowledge, then the shadow of this fortune also disappears. Then you will be full of all the attainments. Today's Avyakt signal. In order to get it from the eclipse, always donate through your mind, words, and the deeds, and give blessings to everyone. In Bharat, we always have the tradition of donating something even during the solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. Baba says, donate the powers through your mind and the knowledge through your words, and divine virtues through your actions. Baba says, don't become tired in this, just continue to donate. Baba says you need to have the powerful sanskar of bestowing of the knowledge and the blessings. This is the way to get rid of all the problems which arise due to the limited natures or the old sanskars. Baba says that biggest the biggest sanskar or this habit will enable you to finish the weak sanskars, all the old natures which often become obstacles in our life. In order to get rid from all the weaknesses, you become the ones who make others worthy of receiving the Father's knowledge and the treasures, and who know the path to reach their destination. Om Shanti, thank you. The evening meditation will be in the conference hall from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tomorrow, day after Murli class, will be in the Diamond Hall. BK Kaushalya sister, who has been serving the Faridabad center for a period of 40 years, her mortal coil will be brought to the Tapasya Dham. Those who wish to pay last respects to that soul will be allowed to pay the respect from 10 to 10:30 a.m. and the funeral activities will take place near the river. BK Reena sister has been awarded with the PhD title. She has been awarded for the reason that she has done a fantastic work in spreading the spiritual knowledge, especially after the COVID time. I request Atma Prakash brother to come on to the dais. All are requested to be seated because the Namrata sister, who is from the industry wing, will like to meet all of you. Now, it's a big day that Reena sister has been presented with this degree, and Sister Santosh is honoring Sister Reena with a shawl. It's a degree of doctorate. Let's give a big round of applause to Sister Reena. Now Sister Namrata will meet all of you, and Sister Savita also will meet all of you after this one. Om Shanti. the business and the industry wing program has been successfully completed. I would like to express my gratitude to all the residents of Shantivan, to all the departments who have contributed in making this program a successful one. Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes. Thank you. Om Shanti.